Dunk reaches Ashford Meadow and immediately understands one thing. This tourney is no small affair. The meadow has been transformed into something grand and deliberate. Wooden barriers divide the jousting lanes, carefully arranged so no knight will ride blinded by the sun. A great viewing stand rises on the eastern side, draped in bright orange cloth to honor Lord Ashford's daughter, the fair maid whose 13th name day this tourney celebrates. Everywhere Dunk looks, there is preparation, wealth, and purpose. He walks slowly through it all, watching. Banners ripple in the wind, sigils of great houses whose names are already sung across the 7 kingdoms. Knights train in the fields, some charge quintains, others batter one another with practiced swords, moving with a confidence that comes only from long experience and noble birth. These are men who have won tourneys before, men who belong here. Dunk does not. He has no pavilion, no servants, no fine clothes, no lineage anyone cares about, just a sack of armor, 2 horses, and a name few have ever heard. For a moment he hesitates, feeling small beneath all that color and silk. Then he keeps walking. A Hedge Knight doesn't turn back just because he feels out of place. As he watches the training, his eye is drawn to 2 knights bearing the red apple of House Fossaway. One is older, powerful, and confident, Sir Stefan Fossaway. The other is younger, stockier, and clearly outmatched. They are cousins. Stefan toys with the younger man, battering him again and again until he finally yields, bruised and bloodied. It is not friendly practice, it is humiliation. Then Stefan's sharp eyes turn to Dunk. Seeing that his cousin is no challenge, Stefan calls out to the big Hedge Knight, challenging him to cross swords. Dunk understands immediately what this is about. Stefan wants to measure him, to see how he moves, how he fights, to learn his weaknesses before the tourney ever begins. Dunk refuses. He does so politely, respectfully, but firmly. He has no wish to reveal himself now. Stefan mocks him for it, calling him a hedge knight fit only for hedges, and turns away laughing. Dunk walks off with his face burning. The younger Fossaway follows him. Raymond Fossaway apologizes for his cousin's behavior. He explains that Stefan always watches his future opponents early, studying them before the lists. Raymond admits he is only a squire, still waiting to be knighted, still considered unripe. But there is kindness in him and respect. He does not look at Dunk as lesser. That small moment matters more than Dunk realizes. As Dunk walks on, he thinks about the rules of this tourney, rules designed for men unlike him. 5 champions will defend the honor of the fair maid. Any challenger who defeats one takes his place. Survive 3 days, and glory is yours. But there is another rule, unspoken yet absolute. If Dunk loses, he loses everything. His armor, his weapons, his horse, his future. There is no second chance for a Hedge Knight. To even stand a chance, Dunk needs proper armor, and proper armor costs more silver than he has ever owned. So he does what he must. He buys good steel, mail, helm, plates, and to pay for it, he sells his palfrey, Chestnut. She is the gentler of his 2 horses, once belonging to Sir Arlan of Pennytree. Selling her feels like cutting away a piece of his past, but Dunk convinces himself it is necessary. He keeps Thunder. Thunder is older, scarred, steady, a warhorse who has carried him through hardship, built for battle. The choice is clear, even if Dunk doesn't name it aloud. The past is sold. War lies ahead. When Dunk returns to camp, he finds Egg still there. The boy hasn't run away. Instead, he has worked tirelessly, cleaning armor, tending horses, setting camp as if it were already his duty. Dunk studies him and realizes something unsettling. Egg is brave, clever, far more observant than he should be. Dunk explains his armor to him, the mail, the helm, the weak points. Egg listens intently, like someone who already understands more than he lets on. Against his better judgment, Dunk accepts him fully. Egg is now his squire. Next, Dunk tries to secure permission to enter the lists. He seeks out Sir Manfred Dondarrion, hoping the man will vouch for him on the strength of Sir Arlan's past service. Dunk reminds him that Arlan took wounds fighting beside his father. Manfred dismisses him coldly. He does not know Sir Arlan, he says, or if he did, he does not remember him. To him, Dunk is nothing. Dunk is nearly denied entirely. Then, unexpectedly, everything changes. Dunk stumbles into a private conversation among powerful men, and one of them remembers Sir Arlan of Pennytree. That man is Prince Baelor Targaryen, known as Baelor Breakspear. Baelor recalls jousting against Sir Arlan years before. He remembers his courage, his stubbornness. Dunk confirms details only Arlan could have told him, even correcting Baelor when Arlan's story had grown too grand with retelling. Baelor smiles at that. Baelor asks Dunk to name the Lannister Sir Arlan, once unhorsed. Dunk does so without hesitation. That is enough. Baelor vouches for him. Dunk is allowed into the lists. This moment matters far more than Dunk understands. Baelor is not just a prince. He is the heir to the Iron Throne, father of Prince Valar, and one of the greatest men of his age. Dark-haired, thoughtful, respected even by those who dislike the Targaryens, and he believes in a Hedge Knight. Before parting, Baelor gives Dunk one final piece of advice. By law, Dunk cannot bear Sir Arlan's sigil. He must choose his own. That night, at a puppet show among the small folk, Dunk meets Tansel, a tall, kind girl who paints puppets. She agrees to repaint his shield. Together with Egg, they choose a new device, a green elm tree beneath a shooting star on a sunset-colored field. Dunk does not fully understand it yet, but this shield will become who he is. The first day of the tourney arrives. Egg sits on Dunk's shoulders, naming every knight, every sigil, every history. The boy knows far too much. Dunk does not yet ask why. Great names ride. Leo Tyrell of Highgarden, ancestor of the Tyrells to come. Lionel Baratheon, the Laughing Storm, forebear of the Baratheon kings, the Lannisters, and Prince Valar Targaryen, Baelor's son. The jousts are brutal, skilled, awe-inspiring. Then comes Prince Aerion Targaryen, known as Bright Flame. He enters late, beautiful and theatrical, and cruel. During a joust, Aerion deliberately aims his lance not at a knight, but at a horse. He kills it. The opponent is Sir Humphrey Harding. The crowd is horrified. Egg is shaken. Dunk tries to tell himself it was an accident, but he knows better. That night, Ashford Meadow is alive with torchlight and noise. The great lords feast beneath their pavilions, wine flowing freely, laughter and song drifting across the field. Dunk is invited to drink and join the celebration, awkwardly accepted among men far above his station. Before he leaves, he tells Egg to stay behind and wait for Tansel to finish repainting his shield. Egg agrees, saying he will bring it to him. Not long after, Egg comes running through the torchlit field, breathless and terrified. "Aerion," he cries, "he's hurting her." Dunk does not hesitate, and he runs. He finds Aerion Brightflame at the puppeteer's camp, mocking Tansel and accusing her of treason for daring to show a dragon slain. Aerion calls it an insult to House Targaryen, to him, because he believes himself a dragon. Tansel is already hurt, her hands broken as punishment. Dunk snaps. He strikes the prince. He knocks Aerion down, breaks his tooth, drives his fist into his belly, and leaves him humiliated in the dirt. Guards rush forward at once. Dunk is beaten down, seized, and dragged away. He would have been killed until Egg steps forward. Dunk is dragged away, bloodied and barely conscious, and thrown into a cell. The weight of what he has done crashes down on him at once. He struck a prince. He is going to die. In the darkness of the cell, Egg comes to him, and there, finally, the truth comes out. Egg is not a stable boy, not a runaway orphan. He is Prince Aegon Targaryen, son of Prince Maekar, a boy who ran from court life and hid his name so he could live freely among common men. Everyone called him Egg because it was easy, and because he insisted on it. Dunk stares at him in horror. He has beaten a prince, and unknowingly raised another. The next day, Prince Maekar demands justice. Aerion demands blood, and so he invokes the ancient right, trial by 7. 7 champions for Dunk, 7 champions for Aerion. Let the gods decide. Dunk is released only to gather men who will fight and possibly die for him. At first it seems impossible, but slowly names step forward. Sir Lionel Baratheon, the Laughing Storm, comes for the challenge and the joy of battle. Sir Humphrey Harding, still injured, comes for revenge. Sir Humphrey Beesbury comes for justice. Sir Robin Risling, old and stubborn, comes because it is right. And Sir Stephen Fossaway stands with Dunk, 6 men. They need one more. Across the field, Aerion's champions assemble. Prince Maekar Targaryen, grim and relentless. Prince Aerion Brightflame, cruel and smiling. 2 knights of the Kingsguard, white cloaks gleaming. Prince Daeron Targaryen, called Daeron the Drunken, pale and uneasy, a man long troubled by dark dreams of death and fallen dragons, who had spoken to Dunk earlier, fearing his visions might come true, and asking that he not be slain if they should meet in the trial. And one more knight beside them, 6 men. Dunk turns to Stephen Fossaway. "We are 1 short," Dunk says. "Will you ride as the 7th? Stefan smiles. "I am the 7th, he says. Then he turns his horse. "But not for you?" Gasps ripple through the field. Stefan rides to Aerion's side. Raymond Fossaway explodes with fury. He curses his cousin, calls him craven, traitor, worse. Then Raymond does something reckless and brave. He kneels before Dunk. "Knight me," he says. Dunk hesitates. He is no lord. But Lionel Baratheon steps forward. He knights Raymond Fossaway on the spot, 7 again, or so they think. Lord Ashford reminds them 1 knight was lost earlier. They are still short. If they cannot field 7, Dunk loses by default. Dunk rides before the assembled lords, bloodied and desperate, begging for 1 true knight to stand with him. Silence answers. Then hooves sound. From the edge of the field rides a knight in magnificent armor, black steel chased with gold, a 3-headed dragon emblazoned on his chest. Prince Baelor Breakspear. He will fight for Dunk. Prince Maekar is stunned. The trial begins. Steel crashes, horses scream, men fall. The fight is chaos, not a joust, but war. Dunk is battered again and again. Aerion hunts him, taunting, mocking, striking him down. Dunk is driven into the dirt, nearly senseless. Aerion stands over him, laughing, and Dunk finds something deeper than knighthood. He fights like the boy from Flea Bottom. He rises, he strikes, he defeats Aerion, forces him to yield. The gods have spoken, but the price is terrible. Prince Daeron's dream, of a dragon fallen, proves true in the end, just not as anyone expected. Prince Baelor Breakspear collapses. His skull is shattered. He dies not long after, telling Dunk only that a good man must live with what he survives. The realm mourns. Aerion is sent away in disgrace. Dunk waits, terrified that he will be executed for causing Baelor's death. Instead, Prince Maekar comes to him. They speak plainly. Both men say the same thing. This is something they must live with. Maekar offers Dunk a future, a place. Aegon as his squire, officially. Dunk refuses the comfort of castles. He chooses the road. And so Dunk and Egg ride south together, toward Dorne, where Tansel is from, toward the unknown, a Hedge Knight, a future king and a legend just beginning.